Good evening, everybody out there. And I would like to thank Zan and Jim and everybody at Eclipse for hosting this while us musicians are on the hiatus. I'm going to play some songs tonight that I've written about my life, and they have meaning to me. This is about disappointment and rebirth. It's called Tin Cup. Well, look at me now. I was all that. Button-down collar, a vest and a beaver felt hat. My clothes are all tattered, my pants are torn. I ain't got no money, I ain't rich no more. So I put out my tin cup and play my guitar. Put a nickel or dime in my tip jar. Shout out to my wife out there in Palatka. Hi, Miss Gay. All my friends out here in St. Augustine, up in Jacksonville. So I'll put out my tin cup and play my guitar. Put a nickel or dime in my tip jar. Well, look at me now. I had the American dream. Housing, cars, and plenty of green. Berry peel, glass, steagle, the greedy bastards robbed me blind. Left me with the blues just to ease my mind. So I put out my tin cup and play my guitar. Put a nickel or dime in my tip jar. Well, look at me now. I was an entrepreneur. 40 employees who I truly adore. Well, it was all crushed by the crash of '08. Some playing the blues couldn't anticipate. So I put out my tin cup and play my guitar. Put a nickel or dime in my tip jar. Just waiting for all these clubs to open back up so we can get back to work. Pretty cool thing that Eclipse is doing here for us musicians that are out of work. So don't forget to hit their tip jar. 'Cause I'll put out my tip jar and say my guitar. Put a nickel or dime in my tip jar. Well, look at me now. I guess I'm okay. Although things never really went my way, you know, I feel the pain, so I know I'm alive. Little help from my friends, I will survive. 'Cause I'll put out my tin cup and play my guitar. Put a nickel or dime in my tip jar. You know, it's a lonely time sitting at home. But this brings me to my next song, which is about sadness in life and losing a good friend. Just a barroom memory. He sat on that old bar stool, telling his stories again and again. Just a barroom fool. There were times through the years that I even knew their name. But each new barroom fool seems much the same. The first I knew so long ago, his name was Jack. The clock tick-tock and he was gone, ain't never coming back. And his old bar stool stayed empty for near about a week, till another barroom fool sat in that seat. At the bar last night, I looked around. at all the friends I knew, and realized then that in the end they'd be memories too. So when I've passed and I'm gone, no longer on my old bar stool, friends will stop to say goodbye to this old barroom fool. Just a barroom memory. I sat on my old bar stool, telling my stories again and again. Just a barroom fool. Just a barroom memory. I sat on my old bar stool, singing my songs again and again. Just a barroom fool, singing my songs again and again. Just a barroom fool. Rest in peace, Larry. Well, we're all at home. What are you doing at home? You're living alone. This song I wrote quite a few years ago for my good friend Sue. What a beautiful woman, and she's living alone. There ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. Well, loneliness is dying, don't sit there and cry. Feel sad and sorry and wondering why. There's too much daylight left in your day. You don't want to waste it all anyway, 'cause there ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. Well, your true love left you, took the dog and the cat. Best friend was driving and they both left you flat. Well, they cleaned out your bank and took all your cash. They took the Jack Daniels and your personal stash. But there ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. So while you're home during this COVID crisis, try and do some puzzles or play Monopoly. Do something, because, you know, we're gonna get back out there and do some boogieing and juking. 'Cause there ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. Well, you can't quit living, you gotta get up and out that door. That soulmate you thought you had ain't no soulmate at all. You gotta motivate, you gotta activate, you gotta make the scene, you gotta do some juking, if you know what I mean. 'Cause there ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. Well, jump in that rain locker and wash off the dirt. Pull on those tight Levi's and that sweetheart shirt. Get down to the juke joint where the blues can be found. Get up on that dance floor and dance with the crowd. 'Cause there ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. 'Cause there ain't no pain I've ever known more than sitting home crying and living alone. Ain't no pain. I got a song that I wrote for the Santa Fe River. I played it up there in their Santa Fe River contest a few years ago. It's called Pirates of the Rain. It's about protecting our earth. Will you stand to love this river? Will you fight to save this river's life? Will you talk and then deliver? Do the work makes the fight. Stand your watch at the State House before they pass some law that drains our river's essence, callous to what's in store. From the spring that feeds Lake Santa Fe to the spring south of her river rise, 900,000 acres, this watershed is so alive. Yeah, the Santa Fe River, nestled between Keystone Heights and Melrose, flows west out of Lake Santa Fe towards the Suwannee River. Goes underground for about 3.5 miles, comes out at the river rise, where the many springs are clustered. From the springs that feed Lake Santa Fe to the springs south of her river rise, 900,000 acres, the Santa Fe is so alive. Will you stop the greed that sells her water for purely private gain, and fight to save her precious springs from the pirates of the rain? Walk her banks and bag some trash, repair the human damage done. See her as a living river, the Santa Fe, and we are one. From the spring that feeds Lake Santa Fe to the spring south of her river rise, 900,000 acres, this watershed is so alive. Will you stand to love this river? Will you fight to save this river's life? Will you talk and then deliver, do the work that makes the fight? From the springs that feed Lake Santa Fe to the springs south of her river ride, 900,000 acres, the Santa Fe must survive. The Santa Fe, with our help, will survive. MySantaFeRiver.org. Show your support. This is a sad, sad song. Sometimes a songwriter will get an inspiration, and the next thing you know, it comes flowing right out. The inspiration for this song was a sad event in Texas, in Santa Fe High School. When the school bell rang in Santa Fe, all those kids were blown away. I had no words to say to you, my son. When the school bell rang the other day, their graduation was torn away. I wish I could say, Santa Fe, you're the only one. All these school tragedies, they break my heart, put me down on my knees. So please, what can be done? Parkland High and Columbine, Sandy Hook, where the young ones died, and we cried and looked away. What will I tell you, my son? If you face that active shooter's gun, you better run, you better hide, you better pray. All these school tragedies, they break my heart, put me down on my knees. So please, what can be done? When you tally, count them all, carve their names in some granite wall that casts the pall of the horror we endure. gather often every year. Honor the names that you carved here, for I fear they'll be lost forevermore. All these school tragedies, they break my heart, bring me down on my knees. So please, what can be done? All these school tragedies, they break my heart, put me down on my knees. So please, please, put down your gun. This next song I wrote it about 45 years ago, about an old man that sat in the park across from the house I lived in San Diego. I finished it about 4 months ago. It's about good memories. Old man collects his memories to take for a walk in the afternoon. Sit among his friends, the trees. His twilight's coming, his twilight's soon. But all that he needs for comfort in his fading midday meadow sun are a few recalls of an easing sort, which come easy, which easy come. Older than he ever thought he'd be, poor for the times, wiser for the years. Old and blind, but he still can see yesterday, tomorrow, and all the tears. But all that he needs for comfort in his fading midday meadow sun are a few recalls of an easing sort, which come easy, which easy come, which come easy, which easy come. But all that he needs for comfort in his fading midday meadow sun are a few recalls of an easing sort, which come easy, which easy come. But that was nearly 50 years ago when I wondered about that old man. Now I'm sitting on that old park bench, turns out that's just who I am. And all that I need for comfort in my fading midday meadow sun are few recalls of an easing sort, which come easy, which easy come, which come easy, which easy come. Old man collects his memories to take for a walk in the afternoon. Easy come. This next song is a song I wrote quite a few years ago when I had some sad news about my health. So anybody out there that's fighting the big C or any other kind of health issues, this is called Dying Man Blues. Never before in my life did I think I could lose. Never before in my life did I quit playing blues. My hair's turning gray, there's pain every day. Never before in my life I thought it would end this way. And on my tombstone, the words that I choose. Never before in his life did he play dying man blues. Never before in my life I couldn't take it no more. Never before in my life would I just walk out the door. No, I'd stand my ground, no matter the pain. Never before in my life would I back down again. And on my tombstone, the words that I pick. Never before in his life did he take a big hit. Never before in my life was the end this close. Never before in my life did I feel such remorse. My hair's turning gray, there's nothing to say. Never before in my life would I live it this way. And on my tombstone, the words that I'd write. Never before in his life did he give up the fight. Never before in my life did I think I could lose. Never before in my life did I quit loving blues. My hair's turning gray, there's pain every day. Never before in my life I thought it would end this way. And on my tombstone, the words that I choose. Never before in his life did he play dying man blues. And I've been in remission for 4 years, which is a great thing. This next song is a song about jailhouse religion. True story. It's called Letters from Jail. She read her son's letters with all his jailhouse news, and his headline said that Jesus sings the blues. She taught him right and he knew wrong, but he broke the rule, and now he sings Jesus plays the blues. You see, he learned inside that Satan played his evil part, but Jesus could heal a damaged heart. What is it about a prison that a man will search his soul, looking for the truth for him to hold? This never-ending battle now waged within these prison walls, where Christ will fight the devil for the prisoner's soul. Where Christ will fight the devil for the prisoner's soul. She read her son's letters with all his jailhouse news, and his headline said that Jesus sings the blues. So when those prison gates open and her son walks out free, pray for him, it's not the devil that he sees. I said, pray for him, it's not the devil that he sees. Jailhouse religion. This song I wrote about our environment. To protect the earth. You know, April 22nd just passed. That was Earth Day. I read the morning paper. The story made page 3. Next to the graph of our murder rate and the picture of an old cypress tree, whose captions read that it's quite a shame that we're about to lose fauna and some flora to the poisons that we use. Well, don't tell me that you agree when you stand there frozen still. And don't tell me you have no choice. We all have free will. Right here in our own backyard, we raise the sugar cane. The Everglades get poisoned. That's something to explain. Coal-fired plants and paper mills rise cinder to the sky. It's washed back down in the acid rain, and we're left to wonder why. Well, don't tell me that you agree when you stand there frozen still. And don't tell me you have no choice. We all have free will. And how could we trade our river's health to deepen the Jacksport dredge and celebrate in that new river center built 'cause GP dumped some sludge? Pump high-pressured water into the ground so we can frack. The coastal islands, they're shrinking as we melt the glacial pact. Well, don't tell me that you agree when you stand there frozen still. And don't tell me you have no choice. We all have free will. It's a real-life shocker that the movement has lost its way. Can anyone remember when we celebrate Earth Day? I thought our generation had more guts than that. I thought our generation wouldn't take this pollution crap. Save the world, save the earth. Wash your hands and throw the gloves in the garbage can. This is going to be my last song tonight. I'm a veteran. I served from 69 to 74. I was a military intelligence coordinator over in Okinawa. I didn't make it to the country of Vietnam, but Southeast Asia was where I was at. And our generation, the baby boomers, you know, we all had a decision to make. So I wrote this song probably 30 years ago, and it's still pertinent, still meaningful today. It's called Coming Home. I remember coming home from college in '69. I'd seen the birth of my inspiration screamed across barricaded lines. As we watched on live TV, that non-war turned to tears, and the hanging ropes of those young brave boys were hung around our fear. Some fought to go to Vietnam, some fought to bring it home, some fought for human dignity, some fought to be left alone. We all had a choice, and so few turned away. Our generation was torn in half. Each one of us, we felt betrayed. Our sisters and our brothers, they shouted to be heard. While everyone was shouting, no one heard a word. We fought to go to Vietnam. We fought to bring it home. We fought for human dignity. We fought to be left alone. I remember coming home. It was 1972. I'd seen the death of my inspirations, and we left behind a few. Now it's been nearly 50 years and I'm back in the States. Prisoners of war are MIAs, they're still an unknown fate. I fought to go to Vietnam, I fought to bring it home. I fought for human dignity, now bring our soldiers home. I fought to go to Vietnam, I fought to bring it home. I fought for human dignity, now bring our sisters home. Now bring our brothers home. Now bring all our soldiers back home. Welcome home, brothers. Thank you again very much, Zan and Jim and Angie and everybody here at Eclipse. And a big shout out to the Acoustic Circle. And nice playing here in St. Augustine and contributing. Thank you very much. My name is Sweet William.